Greetings, this is going to be the second video for setting up TradeSkillMaster quickly, easily and simply. In this video I will show you how to set up typical scenarios of use for the add-on. So let's get right into it. First of all, how can you simplify selling your loot? Very easy. You make a group for your loot items. You add all the loot items, whatever you loot, you add to this group. You can make several groups with several different ways to post it on the auction. For example, things obviously gear and some rare items like magic dust. I post them in stacks of one and only post one of them on the auction at once. And so by default all the loot goes here. But some items food and some reagents, I post in stacks of one, but I post more than one at the same time, because I can have 10, 20 meat. I want to post it all, and I find it sells best in stacks of one. So I have this operation here, which is post a lot of stacks of one. You can also make other options. For example, I have this for small fury paw, because some people want to buy 5 of it. Some want to buy it in one, so I have several operations set up. I'll talk about how it works later. Or for example, you might sell something in stacks of 10, whatever you want, you can set up here. So just set up several loot categories and put the items in it. Also, set this to be don't post after one expire. What this does, it tries to sell the item once and then it will no longer try to sell it. And when you try to post it, it will say, okay, the item has above max expires, so it has expired more than you've set the threshold. This allows you to quickly sort which items sell, which items do not. And those that you do not sell, you can think what to do with them. For example, I'll talk about it later in the crafting, you can try to post them several more times. So you can have another group which tries to post the items for longer, not for one attempt, but for more attempts. Or you can decide to disenchant or vendor it, whatever. This setting makes it all automatically. You don't have to track which item expired, which item has not, which item is new, which item is old. It just does it automatically for you, which is awesome. So this makes selling all your loot just automatic. Cut the loot, add to the category, send it to your auction house alt, then on auction house alt, open mailbox, get the loot, post it on the auction. Easy. Second is reselling stuff on the auction house. This is again very easy. You need to set up your selling, whatever it is you're reselling, your auctioning settings. The dusts, I have this custom setup, which is quite complicated. Basically what this means is first it will post 10 dusts in stack of 1, then 10 stacks of 20, then 20 stacks of 5, 50 stacks of 1. So if after all this it has enough still in the bags, it will raise the amount of stacks of 1 from 10 to 50, and so on and so forth. So it populates the auction house with dust that makes you know how much I have. And of course you want to have the shopping operation for that. And so then you just shop for this. If it's cheap, you buy it. If it's expensive, you don't. And over time you acquire cheap stuff and you sell it for more expensive. Look how it works. I just click shopping and the add-on says, okay, here are all the items in the group. Here is what they sell for right now. And it sorts them by their price. So I'm okay, I can buy Dream Dust at half the price and they sell it for way more. Cool. But I don't really think it will sell well, because it just recently went up in price like that. Historically it's more expensive, but let's buy some still quite cheap. So we buy some of it. Then we can buy cheap illusion dust. But as you can see, I have 200 already on my hands. It doesn't really sell that well. I won't spend money on it. And so you go like this, you add the items you want to resell to this list, to this group. Here in this group I have all the dusts, for example, and you shop for them, buy the cheap options. Let's get some more dream dust. And then you post it back on the auction. Like, I shouldn't have done this on this alt, because this is a crafter for tailoring. So I'll right now just send this dust off to the alt which actually deals with dusts. Let's send it off. Yes, he will sell it later. Where is it? Yes, here it is. Yeah. So you just buy it and sell it like this. It makes it very easy, very simple. Next, how do you set it up for crafting? That's like the main meat of the game, I think, because this is really cool. So you need to set up 3 kinds of groups. One group for vendor ingredients, one group for crafting, and one group for selling. Let's see how it's set up for tailoring for me. For tailoring, I have all the tailoring ingredients bought from vendor here. So they're all set up in groups according to how many of them I want to buy at once from the vendor. So I don't want to go to the vendor all the time to craft. I want to go there once, buy all the required ingredients in proper proportions, and then craft at the mailbox at the bank, and then once in a while return to the vendor and restock. So I calculated what threads I used more, what dyes, like whatever, and then just set this up like this. So you want to just set up the restock operations to have the proper amount, and you want these restock operations again to be ignored on other characters which are not your crafting character. This way you will not accidentally buy like useless items on these characters, but you will only buy it on the character which actually uses them to craft. Next, you want to set up all your ingredients you buy from the auction house in a group, and I use this priority and miscellaneous setup. So basically, most important ingredients, I put them in one group, all the rest into the other. What this allows me to do is to quickly shop for most important stuff. So if I have time, I shop for everything. If I don't, I just shop for the most important ones. The ones which are like the bulk of my profit. So it will quickly look for everything and I will buy what I need. You just put them here, and all you need to set up here is a shopping operation. Default one will work, and basically that's it. If you are using another alt to shop for all your crafting alts, you want to set up the mailing as well to mail from like your shopping alt to your crafting character. And then you set up your selling of the items. I use this setup right here, as you can see, where all the items I craft first, I try to sell them for 7 days. So I have craft 1 operation assigned, and I have post 1 in stack of 1, and maximum expires is set to 7, like so. So what this does is it automatically tries to sell the item for a week, and when it doesn't sell for a week, it will be left in the bags. I will notice it and I will decide what to do next with it. I also create another group which expires, which tries 21 times to sell the item. I use this because several items, they do sell rarely, but they still bring profits. Like say brown linen pants, they sell sometimes they don't sell for 10 days, but the profit is so insane, like it's 2 silver to make and then you sell it for 40 silver. So it's worth it still, because the vendor price is so low, I don't really lose any money on the auction house deposits. And then you have infinite category, which doesn't check it at all. Here goes the items which again sell very rarely, but they do sell, they bring good profits. Like this thing, it sells for huge profit, so I keep making it, keep selling it, even though it sells like once in 11, 30 days, it's fine. It's fine with me, really. Because it makes up for it in profits, and because it's very cheap to vendors, so the deposit is low. And then some items you will have to craft and sell more of. Like I can easily sell, for example, 5 Hillman cloaks in a day. As you can see, I've already sold 200. So Hillman cloaks, I craft 5 and auction 5. So I have an operation set up, which posts 5 stacks of one. And I have a crafting operation which crafts 5 at once of these cloaks. And some items, for example, like, what the hell is this travesty? Why am I only crafting 5 of those? Okay, I should be crafting 10 of those. Let me fix that. Again, I'm naming it all, so it's easily at glance seen what's going on. So, for example, armor kits, they sell well in stacks of in up to 10 per day. So I craft 10 of it and I sell up to 10 of it. That's basically it. So you just put all the items you crafted into this category, which tries to sell them for 7 days. Whatever works, you promote it to craft 2 at once if it sells very quickly, or you just keep crafting it 1 at a time. And so what this does is it checks what you have not in your bags, and it'll automatically make you craft it. So you can see I have 1 big voodoo mask in the inventory, so it won't try to craft it. But it will try to craft whatever is not in the inventory. So look at this. I say restock. It tries to craft 2 woolen bags. Why? Because the woolen bags are set up to craft 3 of, and only 1 is on the auction right now, I think. Let's go to my tailoring category. Yes, woolen bag. You can see 1 is at the auction house, but it's set to craft 3, so it says okay, make 2 woolen bags. Same with every other craft. This is the beauty of the add-on. It automatically checks what you have on the auction, what you have in your bags. It will tell you what to make, like what has sold. If you put this profit check here, like set minimum profit, it will also check if the item is profitable, and it won't make it if it's not profitable to make. So you set 3 groups, a vendor group, like so, with individual groups for every amount you want to buy. You set up the ingredient group with all the ingredients you use in your profession, and you set up your auctioning groups with all the items you craft and sell in your profession. And that's it. Now your crafting looks like so. Restock groups and craft all it tells you to craft. Your auctioning looks like so. You come to the auction and you say post, and it posts. Like it automatically lists all the items you crafted. You scroll the mouse wheel, it posts them. Or for example here, since I'm posting on my alt, which actually posts, and I only craft on this alt, I don't post on him, so it's like centralized on one alt. In this case, I stay at the mailbox, I just craft what it tells me to, like this, like let's craft something quick, I don't know, like I craft what I need. When I'm done, I automatically mail it all, like so, and it's gone. Then in 1 hour I will post it on the auction house. And this is automated. This is very easy, because you just mouse scroll, it crafts the next thing. You can work on your PC, you can play something else, you can just alt tab to the game like once a minute, craft the next item. Alt tab once a minute, craft the next item. Very convenient, very automated, like the most you can automate it before you get in trouble with Blizzard for cheating. And so this is how you use the TradeSkillMaster basically. You set up your loot groups, you set up your groups for crafting and for resale, and now all your activities are basically automated for you. You just log into your crafting alts, craft what you need, you log into your auction house alts and put on the auction what you need. That's it. So let's mail what we crafted. And that's basically it. All the remaining things are just tweaks you can make to make it look like work better. I will touch on some of them I use in the third part of the video. But for now, yes, that's so simple. I hope this explanation was useful to you. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments below. I will answer them. Thank you very much for watching this video. Share and leave a like if you liked the video. This really helps. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!